Welcome everyone to my channel YouTube, Sergio Cabello Perez, and invite you to subscribe but also click in the bell in order to open the notification for the incoming videos. Today is Saturday, September 12, 2020. We are happy to approach to this very day that we receive an opportunity to still alive. Thanks God for the life, and we pray for those who are departed and those who are still sick in the hospitals. Today talk us about the gospel, St. Luke chapter 6, for everyone, even you are not Catholic and even you are not believer. Tell us about something that help us to practice in our relationship and our very basic living days for others, in relation with others, in relation with your family, with your siblings, in your community, in your neighborhood, in your society, and your place of work. When Jesus talking about that a healthy tree bears bad fruit, no healthy tree bears bad fruit, or no poor tree bears good fruit, and also aimed that for the mouth speaks from the fullness of the heart, means that what you have inside is what you give, what you provide to others, is what you are reflecting to others, is how you behave in the middle of other people. In other words, is when you are trying to advise somebody, but that advice doesn't relate with you. You can give this good advice to the person. You give that advice, certainly, but probably it's wrong advice. It depends what you had inside. As a father, you can instruct your kids, or you treat your wife. It depends what you had inside. Maybe you had resentment, maybe you had hate, maybe you had kind of revenge with somebody else, and reflect to your wife, and that is the way that is broken relationship all constantly in your family. But we need to change this perspective. We need to find the way how to heal this inside, how we can help by others to understand and to change our kind of thoughts and behaviors, but also has an inner healing. Sometimes the process is through God, through Jesus, sometimes psychological process. No matter what process you enter in, today it's necessary that we recognize that in our life we need to have an inner wellness, because without healthy heart, healthy mind, healthy spirit, we can also probably gather figs from thorns or grapes from brambles. To be willing to see ourselves as having the capacity to give love, we might find the intention and commitment to embark on the journey. In the process, we discover that the small, selfish, petty parts of ourselves that can be dealt with, we can grow, we can change, of course, if we realize how much is at stake. We find the motivation to continue the practice of generosity. Consider positive feelings you experienced the last time when you did something good for somebody else. Perhaps it was the satisfaction of running an errand for your neighbor, or to sense of fulfillment from volunteering of a local organization. For instance, many people be satisfied contributing and being volunteer and building so charity. At the end of the day, they be satisfied because they fill up with something good and probably take out bad thoughts, bad feelings, or sometimes, or the gratification from donating to the good cause, like people donate time, talents, and treasures and building society. And I please to you again, do so please, because without you, we can't do anything. So when you consider to donate your time, talents, and treasure, please think in building such charity in the United States, because we're trying to do many projects for the benefits of people. Sometimes perhaps it was the simple job of having help out a friend of, for instance, this warm glow of prosociality is thought to be one of the drivers of generous behavior in humans. One reason behind the positive feelings associated with helping others is that being prosocial reinforce our sense of relatedness to others, thus helping us meet our most basic psychological needs. That is when we're trying to convince those who approach appealing sociality and looking for something to do difference in their lives. We're trying to sit down and see how we meet some psychological needs and start the inner healing. Today we can see in the gospel that the Lord surprises us by advising himself. It is not my intention to shock anyone with this assertion. It is only our earthly publicity that lessens the great and supernatural things. What induces us to look at publicity with suspicion are, for instance, promises such as those assuring us that within a few weeks we'll be losing 5 or 6 kilograms if using a certain thick product, others to the same extent. But when we had 100% guaranteed product, and as in the case of the Lord, nothing is being sold in exchange of money, and we are only asked to believe him while considering him our leader and a model of a certain lifestyle, then this kind of publicity should not surprise us and can be accepted as totally legitimate. Has not Jesus been the greatest publicist when he said, I am the way and the truth and the life? Today we affirm that the one who comes to me and listens to my words and acts accordingly is wise and is like the builder who dug deep and laid the foundations of his house on rock. For he now has a well-built house that can face any kind of weather. On the contrary, if the builder is not so sensible, he will end up in the middle of the pile of rubble, and he was in the house when the flood burst into it. He may lose not only the house but his own life too. What does your foundation look like? It is solid rock or is it sand? This Golpes passage reveals the importance of solid foundation for life. Our foundation is not often thought about or worried about unless it gives away. This is important to reflect upon. When a foundation is solid, it often goes unnoticed and there is little concern during storms at any time. The same is true on a spiritual foundation. The spiritual foundation, the psychological foundation, the emotional foundation we are called to have is one of these faith grounded in prayer and practices, and also sit down together and reflect and meditate. Our foundation is our daily communication with Christ, the communication with others, with communication peaceful with your family, your wife, your husband, your siblings. For instance, in the prayer, Jesus himself becomes the foundation for our life. When he is the foundation of our lives, nothing can harm us and nothing can keep us from fulfilling our mission in life. Contrast this with a weak foundation. A weak foundation is one that relies upon ourselves as the source of stability and strength in the times of hardship. But the truth is that none of us are strong enough to be our own foundation. Those who attempt this approach are fools who learn the hard way that they cannot endure any storm life throws at them. Today we have the opportunity to reorganize our life and start building good foundation, a strong foundation with the values, practicing the values. For instance, today in our society, what we have any opportunity to protest and to be violent, that is not the value that you have inside. You can protest, but in different ways, peaceful. We have many people who in the world protest in different ways, peaceful way. So today our plea is again, please help us in building sociality for other people to have a second chance in their life and transform their lives. And your contribution, no matter how much is that contribution or in what way, is not small. Your contribution, your donation with your time, talents, and treasure will make the difference. I'm praying for you. Pray for me. May God bless you.